Hi, I'm Emily Previti of the Pennsylvania Capital Star and host of Folo PA, our podcast focused on how policy affects Pennsylvanians, featuring audio journalism that emphasizes context, accountability, and community impact. Every week, the Capital Star recaps our top stories with Natalie Bencivenga's The Week in Focus. It's a way to get caught up on some of the news you might have missed in just a few minutes heading into the weekend.
Governor Josh Shapiro stands up to AI data centers, but is it enough? Democrats declare a surprising victory in a special election. This and more for the Week in Focus for the Pennsylvania Capital Star. First up, Shapiro signed a data center executive order, but the critics say it falls short. He says Pennsylvania will impose the strictest guardrails in the nation on AI data centers. Developers will face requirements for power, renewables, local hiring, community benefits, transparency, and clean air and water standards. But critics say, where's the moratorium? The order doesn't reverse state tax incentives. And some environmental advocates say Pennsylvania could lose more than $2 billion in revenue from those incentives by 2031. Shapiro says developers won't be allowed to bulldoze communities, but critics, including Stacey Garrity, who is running on the Republican ticket for governor, says he's too late and that voluntary standards aren't enough. Next, a Democrat picked up a special election win in a Pennsylvania House district Trump carried by 18 points in 2024. Brandon Dukes was leading Republican Scott Timko by a small number of votes in Butler County's 12th district. The district hasn't elected a Democrat to the state house in more than 20 years. Democrats are celebrating the results as a sign of momentum heading into the midterms, but there's a big caveat. Republicans outnumbered Democrats nearly 2-1 in the district, and turnout was less than 1/3 of registered voters. And Dukes and Timko will face off again. Dukes' win temporarily expands Democrats' House majority to 103-100, setting up a rematch in November. Want to support Pennsylvania Capital Star? Sign up for our newsletter, share this post, or become a donor to back independent journalism in the Commonwealth. And finally, Pennsylvania lawmakers are trying to push back on flock cameras, the automatic license plate readers used by police to track vehicles. The cameras capture plates and location data, then store it in a searchable database. Now, bipartisan lawmakers want stricter rules on who can access that data, why they can search it, how long it can be kept, and whether it can be shared with other states or federal agencies. One bill would even allow people to sue over misuse. That matters because lawmakers are also concerned about data being used to track people across state lines, including people traveling for healthcare services. Flock says it's changing its default data retention from 30 days to 7. But Pennsylvania lawmakers want answers to a bigger question. Who controls the data, and what happens when it's misused? In the meantime, they are working to push statewide rules around flock technology already operating and expanding across the Commonwealth. What do you think about this week's stories? Share with me. I'm Natalie Bencivenga, and this was your Week in Focus.
You've been listening to Folo PA. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. And if you'd like what you've heard, we'd love it if you'd recommend it to a friend. To stay updated on the latest episodes and other work by our team, you can subscribe to the Capital Star's newsletter, The Morning Guide, at penncapital-star.com. And we've included a link in the show notes. Our theme music is Americana by Mr. Smith, courtesy of the Free Music Archive, licensed under an Attribution 4.0 international license. Folo PA is edited by the Capital Star's Editor-in-Chief Tim Lambert, and hosted and produced by me, Emily Previti. Thanks for listening.